rocket like rocket fuel.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest. Oh, I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings. I would never.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This is taking you the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Right. He's tied right here. He's tied on the right.
Ito Smith, his first carry. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Off play action. Bowden. Man open. That's Calvin Ridley. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. They run for the first time with Benny Snell. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
26-yard line.
Ricky.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Darnold. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll go with Snell here on 1st down. Grady Jarrett with the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd down, Purvis. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
40 on sack. Mike, 45. Not today, you are. Not today.
A 1st down throw, Darnold. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them, and they took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready? Pittsburgh. 55, Mike. And we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
A 1st down carry for Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's...
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. John Ross. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Let's go now. Go to base. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On first down, Bowden. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
On second down, it's Snell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Darnold from the gun. And it's caught by Herndon. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Chris Herndon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
on the draw. This is Smith. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Bowden. That's complete to Smith. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. And to give this time to the tailback. Pushing his way through. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Starting the drive with Snell. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now. Snell, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43.
First down, Jets. So don't say nothing.
On 1st down, Snell, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Darnold throwing complete to Crowder. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now it's Darnold. Got an open man. It's Burnett. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Darnold completes it. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
You got it. You got it.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Switch it. Come on, switch that.
Snell on the shotgun handoff. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line.
Let's go.
First and goal, Jets.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Let's go. Let's do it.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's Darnold. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Second and 9 at the 42-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Strong right.
Off the bootleg. Bowden. And this is going to be incomplete.
Bowden's pass thrown away and incomplete. It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. Operating from the gun. Bowden. And it's complete. Hooper. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 41-yard line.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The 20! And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They give him a gain of 38. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's Snell. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And that's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Darnold now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To the air again, Darnold. And he rifles one incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing again is Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Deontay Burnett, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
Brendan, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
To throw on 3rd down, Bowden. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. From the gun, Bowden. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete here.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now Ito Smith. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Check tight. Check tight.
Back to throw. Bowden. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They're going to run again with Snell. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like
Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And he's going to have the hook up to Burnett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. They'll run on 1st down. Snell. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll run with Snell, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Burnett. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 8 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They go back to the ground with Smith. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Ready. 15 on it. 15 on it. 53 is mine. Blue gang.
Looking to throw. Bowden. And this is going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Darnold. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They run the counter. Snell. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Retains possession.
Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs.
Darnold on 1st down. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They run the counter. Purvis, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Now Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Smith. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Bowden. Throw left side complete. That's Gray. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Smith, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
To throw on 3rd down, Bowden. Escaping the pressure right. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try to run this one in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
In your face. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way